Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're completely dismantling the biggest myths out there about building wealth. Have you ever wondered why, 99% of people seem to just lose their money so quickly? Or how you can literally optimize your monthly savings without pulling your hair out? Well, you're in the exact right place. Let's just jump right in.
So let's kick things off with a pre-counterintuitive question. Why doesn't intelligence automatically create wealth? I mean, think about it. If having money was just about being the smartest person in the room or stacking up fancy degrees, basically every highly educated person would be a multimillionaire, right? But the hard truth is, money rewards your behavior way more than your raw intelligence. At the end of the day, wealth isn't really about what you know. It's all about the habits you practice every single day.
Here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover why 99% fail, habits costing you thousands, the beginner plan, 5 tips to save, investing in your 20s, and finally, true financial freedom. All right, section 1, why 99% fail.
Let's completely dismantle the dangerous illusion that a high income automatically makes you rich. Take a look at this. On one side, you've got someone earning $1 million a year. Sounds amazing, right? But wait, they're spending $990,000 of it. That leaves them with just 10 grand in savings. On the flip side, someone earning $80,000 is living on $60,000 and saving $20,000. Believe it or not, the more modest earner is actually building more wealth. It really proves that income is just what you earn, but true wealth, well, that's what you actually keep.
You know, another huge reason people fail is what's called analysis paralysis. This is when you just overanalyze a financial decision to death. You gather endless information, you wait to feel ready, and you end up doing absolutely nothing. Look, it's completely normal to find money stuff intimidating. Actually, incredibly smart people fall into this trap all the time, just out of pure fear. But the real problem? While you're hesitating, you are losing precious, irreplaceable time in the market. Moving right along to section 2, habits costing thousands. Let's expose those silent budget killers draining your accounts. $700. Yep, that is the average monthly payment to finance a new car right now. It is a completely crushing, wealth-destroying habit. If you took that $700 a month and invested it instead of sinking it into a depreciating piece of metal, it would literally cost, well, actually scratch that. It would make you millions of dollars by the time you retire.
And that brings us to this. Lifestyle creep will keep you broke no matter how much you end up making. Consider this a major warning sign. You see, whenever we get a raise, it's just so incredibly tempting to instantly upgrade your life. A bigger apartment, nicer clothes, you know the drill. But you absolutely must separate what you can afford from what you should afford. Keep your lifestyle steady and invest that difference. Now, here's a statistic that should honestly stop you in your tracks. 66.5% of personal bankruptcies are tied directly to medical issues. This just perfectly illustrates the devastating cost of ignoring your emergency fund. Because without a safety net, one single stroke of bad luck can transform into a financial catastrophe that wipes out years of your hard work.
Okay, section 3, the beginner plan. Now that we've diagnosed the problem, let's pivot to a super simple, actionable blueprint. Here is the exact order of operations. Step 1, create a budget to track your spending. You simply can't optimize what you don't measure, right? Step 2, build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund to protect against those unexpected disasters we just talked about. And step 3, invest consistently over time. Seriously, personal finance doesn't have to be overly complicated to be incredibly effective.
Let's dive into section 4, 5 tips to save.
Let's look at some specific tactical ways to optimize your money and hit a solid 20% savings goal. Here they are, rapid fire. 1, automate your savings. This is the absolute key to removing friction. 2, use the 72-hour rule before making any impulse buys. 3, track your spending to find those sneaky little leaks. 4, maximize your employer matches on retirement accounts because, frankly, it is literally free money. And 5, stop spending money to impress people who really don't care anyway. Automating your savings so you pay yourself first, total game changer. When you're optimizing your cash flow, a truly healthy budget dedicates a strict 20% slice purely to savings and investments. This is the golden rule in action right here. You are paying your future self first, long before you fund your present lifestyle.
Next up, section 5, investing in your 20s.
Let's talk about your biggest asset right now, especially if you're young, time.
Time and compound interest are quite literally the most powerful wealth-building tools in the universe. Taking action early is infinitely more valuable than waiting around for some perfect strategy. Honestly, sitting on the sidelines and avoiding the stock market out of fear is arguably the single worst financial mistake you can make in your 20s. To put this into perspective, if you invest $600 a month starting at age 35, you'll have around $1.3 million by age 65. I mean, that's great. But if you start at age 25 with that exact same $600 a month, the total wealth generated is vastly higher. Waiting just 10 years costs you millions in compound growth. The lesson here, start right now, like today. And for anyone who thinks keeping money stuffed under the mattress or just sitting in a checking account is somehow safer, well, it isn't. Holding too much cash practically guarantees you're going to lose purchasing power over time, thanks to inflation. By contrast, a globally diversified portfolio of stocks has positive expected returns over the long haul. The real risk? The real risk is choosing not to invest at all.
Finally, Section 6, True Financial Freedom. We really have to take a step back and contrast the illusion of wealth with true financial freedom. The illusion? It's the luxury cars, the designer clothes, the flashy status symbols, which are so often fueled by constant stress and suffocating debt. True financial freedom, on the other hand, is the peace of mind that comes from living way below your means. It's having the ultimate luxury, total absolute control over your own time and your own calendar. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a serious question to chew on. What is the very first financial habit you are going to change today? Don't wait until you feel ready. Take control of your finances right now and start building the life you actually deserve. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.